I'm Raymond. Welcome to Crimson Kitchen. Pico De Gallo. It always seemed to me like Pico De Gallo had to have some sort of secret to it, some sort of mystery. It couldn't be just as simple as it appeared. But you know what? It really is. I'm going to show you how to make a homemade Pico De Gallo that is just fabulous. It's every bit as good as any Pico De Gallo that you get at any grocery store or any Mexican restaurant, and at a fraction of the price that you would pay for Pico De Gallo at a grocery store, because for some reason they charge this huge premium for preparing something for you that's just really easy to make. So let's get started. For our Pico De Gallo, we're going to use 2 small tomatoes, 1 small onion, 1 tablespoon of diced jalapeno peppers. You can use pre-diced jalapeno peppers like I've got here, or you can dice them up yourself. 1 tablespoon of lime juice, 1 tablespoon of fresh cilantro chopped, or you can use dried cilantro. If you use dried cilantro, use 1.5 teaspoons. When you chop this yourself and put it in a tablespoon in order to measure it, it's not as compact as dried cilantro is, and so you'll want to use a tablespoon instead of 1.5 teaspoons. And then garlic salt to taste. And that's it. So let's go and make our Pico De Gallo. Okay, first let's dice our tomato. I find that a serrated knife works best for this because tomatoes are so soft. Now let's take our tomato and let's move it over into a bowl and get all of that good tomato juice off your nice clean cutting board. Get all of that in there. Our second tomato. Put that in our bowl. Now let's dice our small onion. Add our onion to our bowl. Get these well mixed. Add our diced jalapeno peppers. I like my Pico De Gallo very spicy, so I add 2 tablespoons of jalapeno peppers. You can use 1 or 2 here. That mixed in there real good. Now here you absolutely can use dried cilantro if you like. I love fresh herbs, so I'm going to use fresh cilantro. And if you're using fresh cilantro, you can just kind of bunch this stuff up and chop it up very finely. And you can use the stems. Just chop the stems up right along with the rest of the cilantro. They're very tender, they're edible, they're delicious. If you're using fresh cilantro, you want about a tablespoon's worth. If you're using dried cilantro, I would use 1.5 teaspoons, simply because the dried cilantro is much more compact than the fresh cilantro. Put that in there with our Pico De Gallo. Mix it up a little. Now let's add our tablespoon of lime juice. And then lastly, garlic salt to taste. I use about a teaspoon. I like a lot of garlic salt in this. However, there's a sort of a threshold. Once you over salt it, it's, there's no going back. So you want to add just a little at a time. Personally, I like to add a little black pepper to mine. Totally optional. That may run against the grain of common wisdom, but I think black pepper sets it off very nicely. that's it. That is fresh Pico de Gallo, fresh and delicious. And then in the bottom there, you've got that mixture of tomato juice and lime juice that's all blended together. So good. Okay, I feel that is a very pretty bowl of fresh Pico de Gallo. Cannot wait to give this a try. All right, my friends, I'm going to give this Pico de Gallo a day in court here, and it looks really good, but you can't just have Pico de Gallo by itself. I mean, Pico de Gallo is meant to go with something, either on a salad or on tortillas or something like that. So what I'm going to have them with are these fresh, homemade, keto-friendly tortilla chips that I made, and I've got a video on how to make these, and I'm going to link that at the end of this video, or maybe up here, however that works. And also in the description, I'll have a link to how to make these tortilla chips. All right, so let's start. Let's put a little Pico de Gallo on our homemade chip here and just see how it tastes. Like I said, you can use the dried cilantro with this, but that fresh cilantro is just, it's awesome. It really, really sets it off. I have another bite here. It was so good. Yeah, delicious. Let's have one last bite here. I don't know what it is about Pico de Gallo. I mean, as you saw from the video, it's such a simple recipe. I mean, it's just tomatoes, onions, lemon juice, cilantro, garlic salt, you know? But somehow, it's one of those things where those flavors, they just have a gestalt, you know? They're just more than some other parts. And they just blend so well, and they taste so good, and it goes so good on so many different things. Yeah, I hope you'll take advantage of this and try this Pico de Gallo. It goes really good on tacos and nachos and things like that. It's also great on salads. I think this is a great, very simple little recipe to let you throw something together that you usually only get it in restaurants. And so anyway, I hope you guys will give this recipe a try. Let me know in the comments how you like it. Let me know if you have any suggestions on any other ways to spice it up and, you know, make it different, make it better. But I really appreciate you spending some time with me here today. And this is Raymond, and we'll see you next time on Crimson Kitchen.